Greetings, YouTube friends. It's Joyce from Morris Patch of Heaven Homestead, and today you're in for a treat. I'm not only going to make you a breakfast dish, but I'm going to make you a dinner as well. Yesterday we had chicken tacos, rice, Spanish rice, and beans. And I always like to make a big pot of rice because I use it for different dishes. Rice in our home is one of those things that some of our kids like it, some of them do not. Avonlea happens to be a big fan, McCaden not so much. But today I'm going to make a quiche with a rice crust. You're going, what? Yep, I make quiche, and I will use whatever I have to make the crust. I make potato crust quiche, and I will make my own crust out of whatever we have left over. Scraps of bread, I will make it like a bread pudding almost, and make the crust. It is simply delicious. It's amazing what you can do for the crust. It doesn't have to be just a simple pie crust. You can make it out of anything. So I have leftover rice, so I'm going to make a bacon quiche, and then I am going to make a chicken and rice, actually a turkey and rice soup in the Instant Pot. We had leftover turkey that I went ahead and froze. And Jedediah, anytime we have leftover rice, he says, can you make chicken and rice soup? So I had stock that I had made, so I figured why not show you two meals at once. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and get started on the crust. It is 1.5 cups of rice. To make the crust, it's very, very simple. Sometimes the rice will clump up a little, so you just get in there with your hands. Okay, like so. And because this is a bigger pan, I'm going to use a little bit more rice. It's a bigger than normal pie pan, so I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit more. Okay, like so. Then I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of cheese. We use a white cheddar. I don't really like any other kind, and the white cheese is better for you. It doesn't have coloring and stuff in it. Okay, and then I'm going to put 1 egg in here. These are our eggs from our chickens, and they're still laying so good. It has been so nice, guys. Avonlea and I and the boys spent almost all afternoon playing outside. I shouldn't say playing. We were actually cleaning up the yard, and we actually got quite a few seeds planted. I'll have to show you those one of these days once they start sprouting. But see, it's going to turn yellow like the egg. And of course, when you have your own eggs, everything turns so nice and yellow. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rice and the 1/4 cup of cheese and 1 egg in the bottom of my quiche pan. And I'm just going to go ahead and make my crust. I have done this for years. I just kind of came up with this on my own. My kids are not crazy about pie crust, and when I would make the pie crust, they would eat it, but it wasn't a favorite. So then when I started making it with rice and potatoes, they loved it. So I thought, okay, that's just what I have to do. And so just get in there with your hands, pat it all down like so, and you don't have to have it come all the way up. It's fine. It's big enough. And so that just makes your crust like so. Let me rinse my hands. And I'll hold it up and show you. And it's just so yummy when it's done. It's not just like any other quiche. It's so yummy. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start on the filling. That is 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of cheese. Smash that down nicely. Wanted to make sure there was a full cup in there. And then 4 eggs. And then we're going to use 8 pieces of bacon. We get our bacon at our natural grocery store, so it has no sugar and it also has no nitrates in it. So it's the good stuff. We did not have any more bacon left from our pigs because, yeah, you guessed it, it disappeared. Our kiddos love bacon, so it got eaten. But anyway, it was so beautiful today that we got so much accomplished outside. I'm just so excited. I'm thinking, well, if this is what winter's going to give us, we are going to work on, you know, getting the garden started. We were out there and we pulled, you know, some of the junk up out of the garden that was still left. This is 8 pieces of bacon. And we planted quite a few seeds. Avonlee's right there with me. She's so excited to get things planted and just watch them grow. We're going to give her a little garden plot of her own this year. I think she's old enough to start on that. It'll be fun to see how she does. Okay, I'm just going to spread that out nicely. You can see the bacon, and this is going to bake at 375. I got it at 350. It's warmed up. 375 for 30 to 35 minutes. So let me turn this up just a little bit. Okay, so this will go in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And then we are going to start on the chicken and rice soup. This is one of those recipes that you just throw everything in the Instant Pot and let it do its thing. You could saute the vegetables, but I'm not going to because it's a soup. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5 cups of my stock. I always have such a hard time opening these lids after I close them myself. Okay, 5 cups. It has that wonderful gel on the top, which lets you know that you did your broth the right way. Okay, so I need 5 cups of my stock. And I'm one of these, my grandmother, my mom cooked this way. We just kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna try to pour this without getting it everywhere. And I was taught to cook a lot. So that's why when I make rice, I don't make just a little pot, I make a big pot, because I was always taught that if someone came over, you wanted to have a meal to give them. So that's how my mom always cooked. It cooked in case someone came over. Oops, there we go. I'm gonna make a mess. My grandmother cooked that way, and I cook that way as well, because we always have someone stopping by. We always have one of our children that comes over and they're hungry, and I want to be able to feed them, and I don't want to just say, well, there's nothing to eat, or we would have to start fixing something. It's always nice to just have something to warm up. So that's just kind of how, I think I'm just going to throw it all in there. Here, after I measured all that, made a mess, I'm going to throw it all in there. Okay. But it's just nice. That's just very European. When you go over to someone's house, you give them a meal. You sup with them. I think that's just how we've been taught, and it's funny to see my children doing the same. Those that are married, or you know, those are not down in the home. You come over, the first thing they offer is they offer you something to eat, just in case you're hungry. Okay, so we've got the chicken stock in there. That was an entire, half a gallon. So I'm going to just put that in there. I'm going to put in 2 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and an entire onion. And then 2 chicken breast or turkey breast. I went ahead and did a little bit more because I always know I'm going to do more. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick the rest of the rice that I have left in here. And it is going to be a delicious soup, guys. So yummy and hearty. The evenings still get cool here, so don't get me wrong. The days are nice, but the evenings are cool. It was 29 degrees this morning. We didn't expect it to get quite this warm, but I think it was close to maybe 55 or so. So for us, that's warm. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put, this is my own touch. You don't have to do this, but we love garlic. And I am going to put in 2 teaspoons, maybe 2.5. Remember, garlic is a natural antibiotic, and it is so, so good for you. incorporate it in everything. Usually I'll cut my own, but every now and then I'll buy the minced stuff just for, you know, a little bit quicker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this rice in there, which is probably about a little over 2 cups. Okay, and then I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put salt and pepper. I always take the lid off because it goes too slow. Can never have too much pink Himalayan salt. Now with the pepper, I'm not a real big pepper fan, so I'll put some in there. Okay, I'm going to stir that around real good. And then I'm going to put that on. It's not going to take very long. I guess it would help if I added the turkey. And so I have this whole little container, and I'm just going to stick all of that in there. We love leftover turkeys because I like to make turkey salad sandwiches with it. We like to make a turkey and mushroom casserole. I'll have to show you how to do that as well. But there we go. That's all in there. I'm going to stick it on, and then I'm going to bring you back when the soup and the quiche is ready. Okay guys, everything is done. The quiche is out of the oven. The soup is out of the Instapot. It is yummy. Can't wait to dig in. Just wanted to share a couple recipes with you and show you how simple it is to use leftovers and make a delicious meal. So this is going to be dinner for us. Quiche can be a breakfast. It can also be a dinner. It can be a lunch. You can do whatever. We make it with leftover ham. We make it with sausage. Whatever you have, you can just throw in there. We put spinach in it, make it spinach Lorraine, a quiche Lorraine. That's really good as well. And you can change it up with the different cheeses that you like. We use a white cheddar, but you can use any kind of cheese you want, and you can switch the cheeses and make a couple different cheeses. And with the soup, you can add, if you want a cream soup, you can add cream to that as well. We just kind of like it like that, but as you can tell, we were able to finish off the leftover rice from last night and make 2 extra meals. Anyway, guys, I hope that you will give these a try. I will have the recipes down below for you. If you ever have a recipe you want to share with me, please, put it in the comments. I would love to try some of your recipes as well. But this is just another recipe, a breakfast recipe that I wanted to share with you. And I will continue to bring you different breakfast recipes, and we'll move on to lunch, and then we'll move on to dinner. This is another healthy meal. It can be done with white or brown rice. We happen to have white rice this time, so that's what I used, but that's not very high in calories. And if you wanted to make it keto, you could do it with the keto crust, and same thing, you could do it with cauliflower. The options are endless. You can do whatever. And the same thing with the soup. If you wanted to leave out the rice, you could have, just a turkey vegetable soup. But anyway, guys, I hope you like what you saw, and I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. Press that notification bell. Until next time, God bless you.